Hello everyone! I bring to you another game that I played in, and this was a tournament match. One of the on-site high funds tournament is called the Glenstorm Cup. I think it's the number 4, the most recent one. I think this was like round 2, I believe. It's a pretty cool map, honestly, and I think kind of a somewhat recent one, but made by Pinwheel. And then anyways, this is a 3 base map. I liked it because it has this base that's kind of like an island, right? So you kind of have to decide when to make a block boat or a lander. I'm not super sure that it's like you have to open with a block boat or a lander just to get this base, because it's not like it's super, like it's not like it's how do you say, responsible for a lot of captures. It kind of takes a while. So is it worth it, like making a black boat a day earlier or not? Like, can you make it a day later, perhaps open with a tank? I don't know, that kind of stuff kind of makes me think like this map is very interesting. But you'll notice that the port or the shoal of the space is like 2, 4, 6, 7 tiles away, right? So it's ideal for a black boat. But I was thinking, hey, this is a tier 2. I didn't want to go with max because I don't know, some days I just don't want to pick what everyone's picking, and some days I just want to pick, you know, it's just whatever. I just want to have some fun. And so I went with Drake, which I rarely use in high funds. And I don't know, I kind of wanted to put him to the test. I thought it would be really fun to do a lander instead of a black boat, because it has the +1 movement and I can just reach this shoal. And the great thing about the lander is that I already have it, right? I'll spend a little bit more for the lander, but then I'll have it and I'll be able to be dropping vehicles really, really fast, like anywhere, like in this whole area. I don't know why the graphics are like jiggling around. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's kind of weird. Something must have changed. But yeah, let's get into the match. So this is high funds, remember? You get 2k income per property instead of 1k. You do have this one lab, which you have a cruiser sitting on it, just chilling there, just defending your little lab. And so it looks like my opponent here, Egg Destroyer, I had never played against him before. A very strong player. I think he was around 13 or 1400, so very solid player. And he is actually going to open with a black board. So he is going to be looking to rush that base, which makes a lot of sense. I actually could have made, yeah, if you look at the funds, I could have made a black board here last turn. So I am essentially delaying the base for 1 turn. So it is costing me that. Oh, okay, I kind of skipped the turn there, but I made a lander. Yeah, I already spoiled that for you guys, so there's no surprise there, but I made a lander. So this image is gonna hop on it and then go for that base right there. He's gonna use the black boat. So I'm gonna be 1 turn later on that base, but I'm already gonna have a lander to be dropping vehicles. So the game plan here, or my thought process was like, okay, I'm gonna be Drake. I not only get this lander thing that then enables me to get like vehicles really quickly. I'm gonna try to get the properties that I should get, and then just stall it out, right? Like I have global damage. I'll just wither max down. But it's tough because usually in standard or fog, Drake is tier 3, max is tier 2. Max is just really strong. And so Drake does have global damage. He did get nerfed recently. So now his air units deal, instead of -20, they do -30 damage. So it really hurts. We can bring up the calculator later during the match. I'll show you how bad those copters and just air units in general are. And then his sea units, or his naval units, I think they had 125 defense. Now they have 110 only. So just very, very bad stats overall. And so I'm actually gonna skip this one city with his infantry and try to go for this, so that I can possibly go, like if I can chain it to this comm tower. I just really wanted to get the comm tower. I had seen, I think, 1 match before from someone else from Division 1, where the com tower was like the main fighting area, so I kind of really wanted to get it fast. Didn't want to be no towers against max. Like at least I want to have one tower. So here goes the nice thing about the lander. I hadn't made any vehicles, I think, last turn, but I don't know, it doesn't matter. I make a medium tank. There is a tank and there's a copter right here, right? So the medium tank is going to be nice because I can deploy it pretty much anywhere and it will defend. It's most likely this tank is going to come down over here and try to attack this infantry right here. So I can just, if it does, I can just drop the medium tank over here and really like shoo away that tank. If it was just a tank, then he could just like go for that and then I would attack back, he's max, then maybe he retaliates with a copter. Like he can kind of like shrug the tank off with his own tank. But a medium tank, that's a different story. So I'm already like really taking up. I just want to defend my captures. I want to make sure I get them, try to rush a few, and use this lander, use some tech ups to really stall it out and just defend in general. So this tank is kind of harassing. It's kind of pointing at these two infantries. It could also potentially like sit on the com tower as well. So I do need to bring that medium tank. Now it's defending both infantry and pointing at that com tower in case he wants to like sit on it. And now I do have to make an anti-air, and I think I was scared or worried that this copter could like reach, I'm not sure what, but oh no, it's fine. This anti-air made over here on this base, it can move over here and then it reaches the com tower. So even if he brings the copter and I start capturing, he can't really threaten to interrupt the copter without me taking out that copter. Just because it's perfectly in 2-turn range of that com tower or the city for that case. So up to here, everything is working fine. We're defending great. The opening is working out. And he actually, yeah, he just cannot sit. Like I've really limited the options that he has. I'm not sure why this anti-air was made. I think it's probably like very like preemptively because I might do some copters, but I looked at the damage calculations. Let me just let me pull this up. It is pretty bad. Like, just look at that. Look at this nonsense. 3 damage on a plains. On a plains. I'm not even putting this on a city. Like, if it's on a city, it does 2. Like, what? It's just ridiculous. Like, sure, I mean, yeah, you get the com tower, okay, you might do 4, but still, it's just like so sad. And like against a copter, like look at this, like 5. I would do 5, and it'd be like a 5-6, and then he can attack back. Like that's a winning trade for Max. So, yeah, I was not gonna try to bank on copters too much. And there you go, the anti-air is going to be protecting those 2 captures. Well, just this one, but gonna start capturing the com tower, and medium tank is just out of range of that copter, still in range of like interrupting this city and kind of pointing at that tank as well. There's no real response to the medium tank except for the copters. They're pretty strong, but it is covered by this anti-air. And in case he wants to front switch the copter over to this side, I make an anti-air over here so I can drop it off over there. That's weird, the way this is showing up. Anyways, weird stuff is happening in this match. He's gonna go for this capture. I can't really stop it. I didn't have anything set up to stop it, but that's fine. Just wanted to get this, and I wanted to get these 2 cities as well. And now he makes a neo tank, so now that's a tech up. Now that's a chonker, and that's a big threat to my medium tank. That's gonna be really hard to deal with. So I need a neo tank of my own, or something even bigger. So I'm gonna start these caps, and it might look pretty bold, but here goes the lander, and lander's a nice little defensive thingy. So this anti-air is nice and like, I don't know, coveted. I'm not sure what that word means, but just like all like they're. Oh man, I'm missing words in my vocabulary. I don't know, but it's nice and protected there. Like, there's no way for him to take out this lander and attack my anti-air or this tank. And I kind of put this guy over there. So nice little setup there. And now got the fighter. Fighter is gonna be nice to kind of dominate the airspace. I'm gonna get an arty as well. I think the arty is more so because I'm thinking I am gonna get these two cities, and then after that I just kind of want to sit back and defend them. So we'll see. But for now, okay, that's the first blood I think of the match. What was I gonna say? I don't know. But that's the first blood of the match, and it's an interrupt over here. And ooh, this is actually a mistake I noticed as soon as I did it. This this infantry, I could have moved it over here and it would be protected, but yeah, I didn't. So a nice little find there by Egg Destroyer. Got a little infantry pick off, but it didn't really, it doesn't matter too much. Like this infantry, it's finished its captures. Like this is not interrupting any other captures that this guy is responsible for. It's done. Like this guy is going to be responsible for this, and this guy is going to be responsible for this. And there's no vehicles over here, so he started off with that tank and copter over on this side, and then now it's kind of like shifting. His focus is shifting over towards the side. He brings this black bow with a mech and infantry. Now makes a medium tank. It's likely to go down here. There you go. Finish that. I start this, which nothing is in range. Medium tank is gonna get a free little shot there. I could have also shot at this infantry, but I didn't want to put it in the planes when there's two copters in range. So that's gonna deal a lot of damage. That's probably gonna leave my medium tank at like 4, maybe even less. And then I kind of need it to be able to defend from an incoming medium tank. Land is gonna go in and pick up a mech, and we'll see what we make. But actually, okay, I actually don't join cap here. But I do go take out that recon. That was a nice little sacrifice of the recon, and I'm gonna mega tank. This is one of the best things from this base. These mega tank drops, because usually mega tanks are so freaking slow that it just, like, imagine making it here. It takes 1 turn, 2 turns, 3. Like it takes forever, right? Or over here as well. It's just so slow, and they're so expensive. But if you can drop them off with a lander, literally in the front lines, it's crazy. So you get very quick bang for your buck, I think is the expression. Anyways, he's gonna, I think, take out that tank that took out the recon. So we're getting into a little of a brawl, right? Recon attack my infantry, tank attacks the recon, now comes the tank attack my tank. So we're kind of escalating the battle here, which is something that I need. Like I do want to brawl a little bit. I want a controlled brawl. I want to be able to build that charge slowly, global damage. Brawl slowly, global damage. It's not as easy as in other matchups, perhaps in like standard, because this is freaking max. His powers are insane. So you gotta be careful. But that's kind of the overall strategy that I was going for. So he kind of chose my poor little guy over here. He continues capping over here as well. I do have my com tower, and I was trying to delay his com tower. Not that I was really going to stop it. It was just delaying it, just for the sake of it. And just kind of this, to get that brawl going and get some charge. So, fighter going to come in and doesn't even take out a freaking 9 HP copter. That's how bad these fighters are from Drake now. Insane, man. And then I send that. What am I doing? Oh, it's because I'm gonna attack the anti. Okay, so that's why. So this fighter could be attacked by that anti, so I kind of break through and attack it. And I'm like, like you can keep attacking into this. Like, and now I drop the mega tank and I block with his infantry. You got the artillery here pointing at that city in case he wants to like put something on it. Just you got my anti-air. Like, if you want to keep brawling, everything is in range of this mega tank. So yeah, like you do. I'm gonna poke at another one. I think that's the last turn that mutant tank will have a free poke. So just kind of injuring his little infantries in this area and setting up a little defense over here. So I'll take out my infantry, joint cap there, and I start that capture. And so far, I am being denied of one capture, this one. So I do want to make sure that I get it, or else I'll be behind 2k. It might be fine, but I do want to be at equal income. He does send the Neo tank. Oh, this was some really good tactics by him. So he takes out my tank with a Neo tank and then attacks my anti with his tank. Puts anti here. Okay, takes it out. Attacks my mech. Takes it out, I guess. And so I thought, okay, like I got everything covered, right? The mega tank can reach. Even like the city, like whatever. Like I can clear it. I have an artillery. I have a tank. I have a bunch of stuff. But if you look closely at how he puts stuff, I really cannot. I cannot attack this Neo tank, which is pretty crazy. There's 2 forests right here, so I do need to go through this city, and I just can't. Like this tank would need to clear this, and this artillery is not enough to clear that tank. So this was really smart tactics here by Egg Destroyer. Gets a little mech hit there. That I don't know about that. That just gave me a bit more charge. Probably not the ideal. And now he makes a lander, so it looks like he kind of liked the idea of the lander drops. Hey, they're pretty good. Speeding up those mega tanks, and max mega tanks are insane. Copter's gonna go down with the infantry and shoot there, and I decide I just cannot really. Yeah, there's just no way. I think I had thought about using a power to try to break through, but it was like a roll or something, and I don't want to risk on a gamble. So I just go for the certain. I take out the tank there. I go for the 7-5 on a forest. I think I start capturing there. Kind of also take over this tile. So it makes it impossible for this Neo tank to like attack from the city. I guess maybe if you use it like a power, then you can. But even if you want to, you get blasted by this artillery. I think he could still attack from over here and then like attack. He can probably attack the mega tank. Like a Neo tank super can do a lot of damage. Look at this. Look at this nonsense. With a com tower, with a super, it does like 5 or 6 damage. It's kind of like an even trade, I guess. Maybe the mega tank ends up taking it out, so it's kind of fine. But maybe with better terrain. I think I have to. Oh, I guess he could have used max blast here and attack there. Okay, we'll see what happens. But here, just pulling back, you see that max blast is just locked and loaded. So now I have to keep everything, 3 tiles away. It's so annoying. Like medium tank has to be far away from a max blast from this medium tank. So it's all the way back here, healing up. I have all these little guys defending the cities. I'm happy with how things are going over here on this side. Not so happy with how it's going over here. I would have wished I could get that city, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. So let's see. He now gets the com tower. He gets that city. He's gonna take out my fighter, and now I have ready. Like I have the global damage locked and ready. So let's see. He actually doesn't go for any attacks here. Looks like, I mean, the mega tank is defended, right? And not that it needs much defense, but he couldn't clear this. I made it a little bit awkward. But he just pulls back with a Neo tank and he puts it on the city, and he's putting a bunch of them on cities. He's kind of prepping for like global damage. Even makes an ABC to refuel this little guy. Or perhaps to have it to like refuel other units for when that rain starts to hit. And so I'm like, okay, start the turn. I have global damage. Boom, let's go. So there you go. Global damage. And okay, yeah, just free damage. We're gonna take out a bunch of units and not gonna get that roll, but take out all of those and try to set up to get this one city. I'm just one city behind. So I really want to get that. If I can get that equal income, we'll be good. It's not that bad. I already said it. It's 2K. It's not even that bad, but it'd be ideal if I can get it at equal income. So he got this mega tank. Surprised he didn't make a mega tank over here so he could like load it up. But he's really planning on doubling down on this area. He really wants to keep me at a lower income, and that's like exactly what you want to be doing. But he doesn't keep this infantry. Doesn't keep it in range of this city. So it's actually one tile too far. So he now is pretty much setting up as I'm just sending a recon here to take out an infantry and then get shot at. Because now I have my empty charge. I wanted to get reloaded. He's gonna have to send like a vehicle to interrupt this capture. And I just kind of move out. Infantry fights are gonna be ideal for Drake here because of his global damage. Look at it, like 8 HP, 6 HP, right? Like, and all mine are full HP. So I'm happy there. I'm happy to take infantry fights, but I really need to get the city. And this is scary. Max Blast is really scary, so you gotta be really careful. Once this mega tank arrives, it's gonna zone me out. And you got the bomber as well. Bombers do a great, like they do the same amount of damage to a mega tank than a neo tank, right? But they receive no retaliation. So they're great for dealing with mega tanks. So I really want to make sure that it is away from that bomber, even if it is at 8, 9, or 10 after it gets healed up. I'm just gonna make another mega tank. So I need to also protect this area. These fighters are nice. Honestly, if Drake can, the only thing that Drake really wants to do in air, at least in high funds, is fighters. Fighters are always going to be good, whether you're Drake or Grid or whatever. Those fighters are going to be really great. They're very good at zoning out. Like they're very fast, man. It's insane. They cover so much of the map, and you really deter them from like sending a bomber to take out something when you're just gonna just destroy with a fighter, which is like that's the sole purpose of the fighter, is to take out a bomber. Like that's it. That's all you wanted to do. The bomber, you kind of wanted to like, yeah, sure, it's to get a neo tank, but you kind of want it alive. You kind of want to keep putting those threats in, which forces air defenses. As long as you don't, like, if there's no more bombers, no more copters from Max, then I'm like happy. Like, sure, let's just have mega tanks, man. Okay. Mega tank slowly coming in. Now I got the second mega tank. Got a recon here. Getting a little bit of charge here. Just gonna sacrifice that. I sacrifice a tank there to get a little bit of charge. So I'm gonna try to slowly get some charge and also pick up some of these infantry because I can get into a bunch of infantry fights here. Honestly, I'll just win it. But I still want to have infantry numbers so I can kind of shield. I think that's the word that I was looking for before. But I want to shield my vehicles from these guys because freaking Max Blast. So as long as I can have a healthy number of infantry here to shield these guys, I'm fine. I can trade a few. I think I do. We got the double mega tank standing on the city. We've got an artillery here, going for the city. So there you go, gonna little poke there and set up there. So just in case he sends a tank here, whatever, I can get blasted. If the artillery gets killed, it doesn't matter. It's a 6K unit. Like, it's so cheap, yet it can deal so much damage. So it really deters like a big unit to come in. So that anti gets taken out, a bit more charge. So I'm slowly gaining more charge for that second super, which is kind of what I want. I really want to get that super. But I was really trying not to sacrifice too much. Like for example, I could just like sacrifice a medium tank here onto this mega tank and get like a ton of charge. I'm gonna go in for a few of these fights. I even send the medium tank in range of this guy. I guess because I was feeling comfortable or confident because I had this neo tank support right there. And I go for all these infantry fights. Boom, 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 boom. There's no more healthy infantry. There's healthy mechs, but they're not good at capturing. Neo tank on the city, mega tank even. Like, this is super locked down. Like, you don't have enough units in this area to deal with all this. So I just very confidently went in and took out a bunch of infantry. It's a bunch of potential. Like, even in the case that he goes for an amazing max blast and takes out, I don't know, the majority of my vehicles, he's not gonna have the infantry to capture my stuff. So that was like the main thing here. And now I have that city. He let me get that city, so I was really happy here. So equal income, amazing. Still gotta respect that max blast. I just don't want to die to it. And yeah, I don't go for like weird sacrifices here for a charge. At least in this moment, it felt like it wasn't the play because just sacrificing 16k worth of this unit plus more, like if I just keep doing it and I sacrifice like 50,000 worth of units to then get a tsunami, like I'll be pretty much dealing the same amount of damage to him with global damage than what I self-inflicted to get that charge. So it was like an even thing. So I really wanted to go like for little like disadvantageous trades, or like what is it called, just like trades that weren't necessarily in my favor, but not necessarily like for free, right? Like sacrificing a medium tank into a mega tank, that's like a bit too much. But you'll see here, like for example, he puts this tank here, it's in range of my medium tank, so unless he attacks here, or even like I was happy if he would attack here onto my medium tank. Hey, that's like a 5, I don't know, 7. I'm happy. I deal 3 damage to your medium tank. Good. And so I'm gonna go for some more attacks there. Something like this, I was happy. Boom. Yeah, I take out your tank. That's like 7k. I'll get mine probably destroyed by this Neo tank. I was still like threatening that I can cover it. I think I bring my other one as well. So it's like, if you want to bring your Neo tank, I can take it out. Slowly getting charged. His bar is full, so like it doesn't matter if he gets damaged. Like there's no more to charge. Just gonna sacrifice that. And I'm gonna kind of pull back here, just kind of awkward positioning here, just very choky. But it is kind of at my advantage, but kind of awkward to shield from this bomber, from these mega tanks. Just trying to keep them away from these two. Maybe even the Neo tank as well, because it deals quite a bit of damage. And now I make a rocket. The plan here was for this rocket to go and sit over here on this shoal, so then I could lock down the city from 5 tiles away. Once I have this rocket in play, maybe have a black boat here, and then like this is locked down, I have the city forever. That was kind of the plan. As I'm like already having 4 mega tanks, kind of protecting everything. He has 2 mega tanks, so you know, if he kills one of my mega tanks with his, like I'll defend with mine, and I'm fine. Like we can kind of trade even down. we can be at no mega tanks after we trade them all down. I hit him with global damage. That was kind of fine, but just like really putting such a threat, like such a defensive threat. These mega tanks are crazy, man. They deal so much damage. They eat medium tanks and Neo tanks. I think they one-hit KO Neo tanks, right? Like it is pretty insane. On a forest, like that's a one-hit KO. Like, dang, that's crazy. But he's pumping out those bombers as well. Those max bombers are nasty. They can pretty much blast anything that's not a mega tank. It's pretty wild. The damage matrices there are insane. And he's gonna shuffle a few units around, kind of setting up more in the middle, bringing that bomber, all these units. So a nice control here of the pivots, like this whole sea strip, river, whatever you want to call it, is really dividing my forces from this area, which I was slowly trying to set up, right? I have the city, now I'm locking it down. I want to get this rocket, and after that I can kind of maybe ferry a few units over here, but it's still kind of awkward because he has control of his com tower. He can kind of decide whether to pour into here or whether to go all out onto this com tower of mine, like, and kind of send both armies like this. Remember, he has a +2 movement and just insane extra stats as well. So it's gonna become increasingly awkward for the positioning. As you see, I'm gonna start using like the fighter, the copters. Let's say I did make a few copters. I think it was just like up some unit count and just have perhaps even as charge. Like I can throw them around. I kind of wanted to also attack at infantry, perhaps. I don't know, just to get some super. Not exactly sure why I made the copters. They could be pretty good at like sniping a copter. Like it's a pretty bad trade, but as long as I can keep that copter injured, I'm fine. And yeah, just like shuffling here as well. Like look at that mega tank is far away from that, far away from this Neo tank. It's like just away from the max blast. So I just having to be really careful. This was really threatening my com tower area. So now he makes a mega tank. That's gonna be his third mega tank against my 4 and another bomber. Damn, he saved some funds. Oh man, those max bombers, they're gonna hurt. And as you can see, he's positioning more in the middle. He's really being very, very patient. And we're building up a lot of value. We're no longer in the 200s. Now we're in the 300s, about to get into the 400,000. So there, I'm gonna send a copter to attack this little infantry that was in range of my city. I was like, no, no, no. Also injuring this guy that was like kind of pointing at my com tower and my city, because he's positioning ever so closely. He's slowly, one tile closer, kind of shuffling around, but really positioning very, very closely. It gets very tricky. Without +1 movement or any of that sort, it's just, you get out positioned so hard. And so he also has this infantry in range of my city, so there's a bunch of threats going on. Actually go and injure both of them. I'm gonna kind of sacrifice this. I'll deal a little bit of damage, get some charge. This will get taken out. Like both of these are gonna get taken out. It's gonna give me a nice amount of charge. And Rocket is now in the spot that I wanted it to be. It's pointing at that city. This is like the perfect setup. So then in the next turn or two, I could kind of start ferrying maybe a mega tank or whatever. I kind of had a bit too much here, but this kind of fine because it was locking down this city and this one as well. So my main worry is now this com tower area. So I have this other lander, my second lander, and then I'm making another mega tank. I'm just making mega tank anti-air pretty much. It's mega tank anti-air, mega tank anti-air. With that, I can pretty much defend against everything he can throw at me. But still tricky, man. Those two get taken out. Look at that charge go up. You know that he knows about that, and I know that he knows that we're both kind of playing the same game, trying to be very, very careful. He's really trying to look for the position, trying to really outzone me, and eventually try to get some property. But this rocket is now locking down these two cities. That is really annoying, and even this other too. So we got double lock over here, and this rocket locking this. So the best bet is probably to go all out here and just, and you can see like another little, like these 3 sea tiles and mountain are also kind of making it awkward for me. So now I can't really position over here because I'm getting outzoned by these. And so I kind of have to decide, oh, do I put them over here? Do I put them over here? Like if I put them all the way over here, then I'm kind of giving up this area, like this com tower, the city can kind of just come into here, take control, and just really, really split my armies. If I put them all the way back here, then I'm kind of giving up this. So that's why I was kind of sacrificing some infantry. But he could kind of slowly come in and try to threaten or capture some of these. So it's just very awkward, man. Like it was very hard. So let's see. I dropped some infantry here in the middle. I try to get a little bit closer with the position because I wanted to kind of snipe some of these infantry with mine. And just defend the rocket. And next turn, I was planning on using this lander to maybe drop off some stuff here in the middle, if needed. Just being really defensive. And now it's X-Destroy's turn. We're getting awfully close to that super again. And he decides to use the super. And man, what a turn is this going to be? He takes out that infantry. Okay, takes that out. Medium tank's gonna absolutely go down. Neo tank's gonna go down. I still have my mega tank response, but he puts this tank right there, attacking my infantry. But it kind of blocks my mega tank from defending. Like it can no longer attack these mega tanks. Not even looping around, like, and I can't even take out that tank. This was such a smart little tactic. Very good blocking. takes this stuff out, takes out my my artillery. I think one shots my medium tank. Wow. Mega tank gonna one shot my lander as well. Then tank is gonna one shot the rocket, and then take out that copter. Now this mega tank is kind of like trapped as well. He's gonna take, yeah, just like neutralize this tank and destroy my fighter. And now, if you look at this, like my mega tank cannot attack at any of these two neo tanks. I cannot attack at any of these three neo tanks pretty much. And the only thing I can attack of value is this mega tank from a city, so I would have to attack it with max blast. So this mega tank is not gonna get a lot of value. So that's incredibly sad. Just wow, just really great tactics. We'll see. Maybe with the rain and the global damage, we can make stuff happen. He makes another mega tank. That was a really great turn. Took out all of my lighter vehicles and like medium tanks and neo tanks. So it's gonna be now. I only have mega tanks and anti-airs pretty much. If you look at my army comp, it's very funny. So now all the light vehicles from him, the only way that I can that I'll have to deal with him is with my own mega tanks. So just really good use there. I do use the global damage. We do a whole lot of damage. Look at that! Wow, 100k just in global damage. So I think I thought pretty hard on this turn, but it was just really tricky. I just couldn't do much other than take out this tank and then take out that anti with his mega tank. So two mega tanks just didn't get a lot of value. These are not gonna shoot at anything. Couldn't get that kill there. Mega tank's gonna shoot there, gonna get an 8-3. But at least there isn't any other mega tank. There is still this bomber, and there's like 3 neo tanks. So still something to be careful of. And a whole bunch of anti-airs just to defend from these bombers. And that's pretty much it. Like, the tactics here were insane, man. Like, there's nothing I could do. Drop off all these mega tanks here. So I have 4 mega tanks. He does have, like, what? 1 bomber, 2 mega tanks at 8 HP, another one coming. So I just wanted to, like, throw as many mega tanks in his face. And I don't know, pray for the best. Maybe I could have pulled back a little bit. It's not like he was going to be capturing because everything is global damaged, but I don't know, tricky. Fighter's going to get shot at. He's going to sacrifice some vehicles here, as well as the mega tank. So now my mega tank is out of ammo. And start capturing there and almost takes it out. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to try to finish off that anti-air. And yeah, this is really annoying. And this guy had been healing up on that city, so he was at full HP to then go and capture a full extent. Just really well prepped. Honestly, such a great turn he did. And he gets enough charge for a power. Right after a super, he gets enough charge for a power. So now Bomber's gonna come in, boom, take out an anti-air and another anti-air. So now I have very little to no air defenses. I do have this one fighter over here to defend from these two. Gets a mega tank shot there, and it's gonna attack at my infantry and just block. Pretty much there's no way I can reach this mega tank with mine, right? It is in range, but I have to like break through, and there's just no way. And makes another mega tank over here. I was like, damn, I need to get charged for another super. Like, oof, like it's not looking good. Can I turn this around? Can I keep rolling and get another super to try to bring stuff back even? And even then we're at even income, but he's gonna probably get this. There's no way I can break through here. Like, again, this tank is sitting here blocking me. Mega tank just cannot break through. This mega tank cannot get a shot at any of these neo tanks. It's really well played. Okay, so I actually do get a shot onto that mega tank, but there's this one that was just dropped, so I'm gonna get a bunch of shots here. I do kind of take out this. I guess the 5 HP fighter did some damage there, but my fighters are gonna get taken out as well. And yeah, just have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna have to shoot at another light vehicle. And yeah, just gonna medium tank, fighter. Just need more fighters because I feel like this one's gonna get taken out. And I need a response to this anti-air. It's just that unit count, man. 28 to 40 is just not looking very good. Even the unit value. Maybe I can get a global damage next turn. But we'll see. It's just now I'm down on income, so that's one city down. I do have some infantry here in the middle. We'll see. And we do have these mega tanks alive. So as long as I have this, maybe. But he's gonna get a first shot there. Boom, 8-4. I'm gonna start this capture. And there's a bomber there. This bomber's gonna be pretty annoying. Gonna make it kind of impossible to interrupt this. Like, these infantry are not in range. The only thing are these two mega tanks. They have to break through somehow, and they're kind of trapped now by all these units. I can't take out the bomber now because these fighters are all taken out or injured. So it looks like he's gonna get my city. So now we're getting into very, very dangerous territory. Like, down on income. Well, not only down on unit count and unit value by a lot, but also down on income. And it's gonna keep increasing, maybe even down on another comm tower, so it's not looking very pretty. I do get the charge for the super, but smart positioning, I mean, do take that out. I guess that did interrupt the capture, but this mega tank couldn't shoot at. Maybe I could have sacrificed this guy, I don't know, to attack the medium tank, but no, I need to stop this. Maybe I didn't because it was global damage, I don't know. At this point, I just felt like I had already lost, so I think I was playing a bit more reckless. But also just kind of brawling, because global damage, that's kind of how it goes. 23 units to 36, that's insane. Here goes another max blast, which will probably just like wreck everything. Mega tank gonna get taken out. Infantry's a goner. Mega tank down, fighter down. Another infantry down. Like, the only infantry I had here are all taken out. There's no way really of recapping anything. I have this single infantry, and then like these are fresh ones, so they're gonna take forever to reach anywhere. Remember, my lander got taken out, so I only have this one over here, and now it's even being trapped. I got this black boat, but it's just, oh man, I need too many things. I need big units to take out his mega tanks, bombers, neo tanks. They are all pretty injured, but there are new ones coming in, so I do need my own new ones to defend from those. But at the same time, I need infantry. Like, I need everything. I'm just lacking an army. I just have nothing. I have 17 units against 39, 16 or 160,000 value is 213. He's starting to capture this, somewhat this. Com tower is probably gonna go down next turn. He's also now in range of possibly this city or this city. Just the lack of unit count means that he can also block. So I'm pretty sure that I resign this turn. I think I take out all this stuff, but this game is just totally lost. Actually, I guess I don't resign. Spoiler alert. But yeah, this game is lost. I mean, come on. What can I do? Got the comm tower. Probably, yeah, definitely we'll get that. Soon we'll get this after he can join, keeps capping. I have no units over here, right? Like, not really gonna interrupt it or recapture it anytime soon. Just an overwhelming unit count. And that unit, that income's just gonna, that income discrepancy, like, whoo, just gonna go through the roof. It's like 38 to 42, it's gonna go down to like 36 to 44, 34 to 46. Like, man, that is not good. And it's not like his powers are bad, right? Like, it's not like, oh, global damage is gonna save me. Like, you saw what max powers can do. So I think I resign here. I resign on this turn, take out some stuff. Yeah, and I do resign. Look at that KD. 39 to 59, and just the value is insane. Look at how many units, man. High funds is crazy. You get to make so many units, it's so much fun. And I really like this map. It's actually pretty crazy. I think my main mistake it was pointed out on the Discord, and I don't know. At the time, I felt like it. I was like kind of reluctant to it, but and I felt like it wasn't true. I don't know. I just felt like Max was just kind of too strong. But I think there might be some truth to maybe yes, sacrifice value just for the global damage. I think it was, where was it? So like right here, like on this turn, I think who was it? Chitarquin? I think he had said that I could perhaps take out this infantry, just like, I don't know, just sacrifice this guy, send this guy, take it out, and then literally sacrifice the Neo tank against the Mega tank, and that might give me enough, or maybe a little bit more, to use the super. And that super will deal right here, what's 20% of this is like, I don't know, 80, maybe 100k. So in this case, I would only be losing like 22,000 worth of units, maybe a little bit more, perhaps if I go for some other sacrificial play. But 22 to deal 100k in global damage, that is worth a lot. Like earlier in the game, when I was mentioning, was it like somewhere around here? Or even earlier. Remember? When was it? Let's see. So here I actually do sacrifice some stuff. I don't remember, guys. There was some, oh, okay, here. So I was like, oh, maybe I can sacrifice the medium tank onto this mega tank. Maybe this one was not that okay. Maybe this one it was okay to just like save it. But because at this point we're still at 260. I do kind of need this medium tank. Like, it's nice to have. I'm still quite far away. And all the little events of the little bit of charge, a little bit of charge, a little bit of charge, a little bit more of charge, like slowly getting more, to eventually getting to this point where it was so close that sacrificing a Neo tank could maybe give me that charge. Oh yeah, 22 was like literally the number. Don't know if that would have made it. Do a quick calc here. Wow, dang, okay, yeah. So that would have probably given me the super, yeah. So that probably was better. Maybe it wouldn't have changed the fate of the game, but it was definitely something that could have, that should have been done to keep the ball rolling a streak. Because then that does global damage in general, and it kind of puts all of these guys at 8 HP all across the board, the bombers as well, the Neo tanks, the Mega tanks as well. I can just like do global damage and then sit back, have empty charge again, and then just keep charging, and then just do that one over and over and over again, and just really just take out his unit value. Eventually, maybe he'll have to use the super at a certain point, but yeah, that was probably the way to go, and I definitely missed it. So it was a really clean game overall. Amazing tactics here by Egg Destroyer. I was like so impressed, so good. The little finds there, the little attack with the Neo tank early on where the Mega tank couldn't cover, and then with the super was amazing. Really great tactics. So yeah, GG there to Egg Destroyer. It was a really great match. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.